This is a battery, but what's it for? And why do I have it in my house? This battery weighs 300 pounds, but this isn't your typical battery. It's not like a 12-volt battery that would go in your car. This battery is equivalent to 25 12-volt car batteries. This battery is made for solar applications and it's massive. This battery is made by a company called EcoWorthy. And we don't just have one battery, but we have two. For those that don't know, these are 48-volt batteries and they're 314 amp hours each. That is a massive amount of power. It's going to be the equivalent of 6 server rack batteries. These things come with massive positive and negative cables. So what are we going to do with these batteries? We're going to be hooking them to a 10,000 watt inverter also made by EcoWorthy. I'm going to be showing you how to install a backup solar system for your house, and it's only going to take us 10 minutes to install it. So this is it. This is our inverter. It's obviously a pure sine wave inverter. It is a charge controller and a battery charger all in one. Down here on the bottom, EcoWorthy's made it pretty simple. You have your AC in or generator in, your AC out, which in our case is going to go to our fuse box that we're going to install. This is going to give us 4 20 amp receptacles. Each one of these receptacles are managed by a breaker here. All right, I'm ready to get this thing installed. It shouldn't take us but a few minutes. We're going to mount it here on the wall. We're going to go ahead and put up a piece of plywood here, and then we're going to put up some backer board or what they call concrete board. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this done so I can show you how quickly you can install a massive backup system like this for your house. All right, so we put the plywood on the wall and then we have the cement board mounted onto the plywood. It's time to go ahead and get the batteries pushed over here, and then we're going to get the inverter installed on the wall. Nice little guess here. I guess I guessed it right because it's hanging. All right, this is definitely not the inverter that you want to miss a screw on as far as installing it on the wall. It's really heavy and you don't want it to ever fall off. All right, it's time to install our next little component on the wall here, our breaker box. I think we're going to put it right here. So basically when the power goes out, we'll be able to plug in whatever it is we need to plug into one of these 4 receptacles. So yeah, speaking of the fire resistant board here behind the inverter and the batteries, these batteries have a built-in fire suppressant inside of them. It's just one of the many precautionary steps that EcoWorthy takes when they build this battery. If you know about EcoWorthy, you know that they build high quality products. Okay, so looking at the system here today, I'm only going to be able to use one of these batteries right now until I get a set of bus bars. It's not really ideal to take the positive and negative and run it over to this battery here, and then take the positive and negative and run it up into the inverter. You really want a set of bus bars here where you can run both positives and negatives to the bus bars, and then a positive and negative from the bus bar directly here into the inverter. But for the purpose of testing and getting this thing hooked up today, I want to go ahead and get at least one battery ran in here, and I want to get the output power ran out of here and into our breaker box. And then I want to do some testing and put a heavy load on this inverter. And there's a few other things I want to show you. I want to show you some of the things on this inverter and some of the other things on how you should install this inverter, whether you're doing 220 or 120. Remember, this is a split phase inverter and capable of 240 volt and 120 volt. All right guys, so it's going to be this simple. You're basically going to run your positive up in here, connect it to your positive terminal, run your negative up in here, do the same thing. Now we're going to get the 2 nuts here that are provided by EcoWorthy in the plastic bag. We're going to torque these things down. Then we'll run our AC out into our breaker box, and at that point we can turn the unit on. All right, let's zip these 2 lines down. All right, so positive and negative are tight and good to go. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is take this short piece of 6-gauge wire. We're going to run it from the AC output of the inverter here into our portable breaker box. So this 314 amp hour battery is only $21.99. And if you look on the websites here and compare this to some of the other top brand batteries like EG4 and Ruixu, the Ruixu is $31.99 and the EG4 is about $3,700. So the EG4 is about $233 a kilowatt hour. The Ruixu is $200 per kilowatt hour. And you're going to be paying $137 per kilowatt hour for the EcoWorthy. All right, so when I get my bus bar, I'm going to go ahead and hook these up to the bus bar, but for now we'll just lay them off to the side. We do have the breakers off and the BMS off, so we don't have to worry about anything. But and also it's nighttime, so I'm not going to hook the solar panels in tonight. I'll do that in the morning. What I want to do right now is just turn it on, make sure that everything works, and make sure our batteries power up, make sure the inverter powers up, make sure we can get electrical power into our box here. Okay, down here on the side of the inverter, we'll go ahead and unscrew the breaker, lift it up. We're gonna turn the power on here. And then here's the button for the BMS. So we got the BMS on, let it power up, see what happens here. Okay, it's on. All right, our batteries are at 90% right now. Capacity in here is 287 amp hours. At this point we're at 53 volts. Also on the side of this inverter, it does have the AC input breaker. Basically what you're wanting to do here is run your generator wiring up into here on your AC input, or you could actually take a plug receptacle or wiring out of your plug, run it up in here, or you could take a dedicated wire out of your breaker box and run it up in here. What that will do will give the system a backup, and it'll be able to charge the batteries when the solar can't keep up. It's either for a grid backup or for a generator backup. So yeah, lots of options here. Okay, let's fire this thing up. Here we go. The inverter is coming on. All right. Here in a minute, there should be a click. That click will let us know that the inverter actually kicks in. That's usually what happens on these inverters. You'll hear like a relay click. There it is. Oh, and we went to fault. So we're gonna have to check and see what our fault is. It did throw an alarm. That's a good thing that it threw the alarm. So let me check that. It's alarm number 17. All right, I got to figure out what it was. It looks like it was because you're supposed to have the L1 and L2 on the AC in and the AC output. They have to be bridged according to EcoWorthy. So if you look right here, AC input right here, which would normally be coming from the wall or a generator in an off-grid situation, you see the bridge there. And then here on the AC output, you see it bridged L1, L2 also. Or it's going to throw a code on you up here as soon as you turn the inverter on. If you want it 240 volt, then you have to go in here on setting 68 and you need to change it from 0 to 180. Okay, here we go again. We're going to flip the breaker on the EcoWorthy Mega 314. Then we're going to turn the BMS on. Then we will flip the power on the inverter here and we'll wait. Okay, we're powering up. We should hear that little click and it shouldn't shut off. I tested this just a minute ago and it did fine. You see there's a line going to the battery. We should have a line going to the house. There it is. Excuse me, son, I'm filming. Okay, so that means we should have power going to our breaker box here. Let's check it out. There it is, 120 volts solid. So everything is good now. I'm telling you, it is that easy for you to hook up a backup system in your house. A lot of people don't understand the perspective of how much power this is and how big these batteries are. I'm about to give you a couple of scenarios so you can help size your system correctly. I'm also going to show you one of the easiest ways to do it. Not going to be 100% accurate as real time in the field would be, but it's going to get you close. Numbers don't lie. So you basically just want to go to Google. Okay, if I have a 16 kilowatt hour battery and I have a 5,000 BTU air conditioner and my 16 kilowatt hour battery is running on a 10,000 watt inverter, how long can I run that 5,000 BTU air conditioner off this single battery? That didn't work. Okay, we're going to be a little more clear for Google, make it a little easier. If I have a 16 kilowatt hour battery at 51.2 volts, how long will this run a 5,000 BTU air conditioner? It says if you have a 16 kilowatt hour battery at 51.2 volts, your battery has the capacity of 312.5 amp hours, which is a little off from here because this is 314 amp hour. It gives you a total of 16,000 watt hours. A lot of this stuff doesn't make sense to people. Our usable energy is 12.8 kilowatt hours. If you were running a 2,000 watt load, it would run it for 8 hours. That would be like running 4 5,000 BTU air conditioners at the same time, or what we normally call window units, the small window units. You could run 4 of those for 8 hours straight on one single battery. If you had 2 batteries here like I do, you could run 4 window units for 16 hours straight. Now, I don't think in emergency backup system you're going to be wanting to run 4 window units, but you're definitely going to be wanting to run 1 window unit in the summer. You would also want to run your refrigerator, lights, TV, maybe the internet, and whatever else you consider critical. Now let's talk about the inverter. It's a 10,000 watt inverter. If you've ever had a large generator, a lot of them are around 8,500 watts. Those are the huge generators, and they use about 5 gallons of gasoline for every 10 hours of use. All right, let's take a quick look at this real quick so I can show you. Positive and negative comes up through here from your battery, goes in here. Your power output comes out of here, goes into your breaker box. And if you have a generator to back charge your batteries, if you don't have solar, or if you want to plug into the wall to back charge your batteries, if you don't have solar, you can use this system just for a backup. This system could be like a massive power station sitting here for half the price of what a power station this size would cost. Now I know eco-worthy and this inverter is going to be a decent inverter, but I'd still like to do a little testing and power some things up on our breaker box here just to see how it does. Okay, so I have this golf cart outside that I'm charging the batteries with. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in and see how much it pulls. It's funny how I'm always trying to be so efficient that I don't have a whole lot of stuff that pulls a lot of power. I probably should just buy a bunch of these right here when I do my testing, you know, because these pull about 1,500 watts, maybe a couple space heaters or something. Let's see what this does. On low, we're at 700. So now here it shows that it's pulling 1.1 kilowatts. 9.3 amps, 1100 watts. Okay, so we also have a water distiller here, and this thing pulls about 750 watts. This is a good prep tool to have in case, you know, things go bad. You're basically going to be using the power of the sun to sterilize your water. The water will actually come out completely distilled and drinkable, and you could just about put any type of water in this, say like rainwater, swimming pool water, water out of the back of the toilet, whatever it is you got to do. We're showing 700 watts now. I guess the charger for the, getting close to 800 watts. So the charger for the golf cart's pulling a little more for whatever reason now. So let's plug in the water distiller here. There's 1,500 watts now. It kicked in that quick. So, all right, so we're at 1,500. And now let's fire up our, 2,200 watts. This is actually a very light load for this inverter here. It can actually handle about 5 times that many watts. So yeah, that just kind of gives you the perspective on this inverter and how powerful it actually is. And I do have a set of bus bars on order here from Signature Solar. So I'll be hooking the bus bars up. That way I can hook up my other battery here. Like I said, right now we're only running one of these 16 kilowatt hour batteries. So a whole entire system like this, a backup system that's renewable with renewable energy, is going to cost you around $1,500 for this, $2,200 for each battery. And for like 10 solar panels running about 4,000 watts like I have, is going to be about 1,100 bucks. And then of course your miscellaneous things, this is about 100 bucks. You might have some wiring and stuff like that that might run you 200 bucks, 300 bucks tops. You may have to purchase a couple of tools like some crimpers and things like that if you end up needing them. But overall, this system would cost you around $7,100. Now you wouldn't have to go with a system this large if you didn't want to. Like you could have just one battery here like I'm running right now. And with one battery here, the 10,000 watt inverter, and let's say 4,000 watts worth of solar panels, you're gonna be more like $5,100. One of the things I wanted to point out here was these handles on these batteries. Now I've had many of these batteries. I can tell you that these handles that they put on the side of these batteries here are one of the great features about the eco-worthy battery that some of the other batteries don't have. Some of the other batteries do have a place to put your hands up underneath it, but they don't actually have handles. These batteries are actually kind of top heavy, and if you push it the wrong way and you're by yourself, you could actually tip one of these over. And yeah, just make sure there's no animals down there, and make sure your foot's out of the way. If it's going to hit the ground, just let it go because it's not worth it. So yeah, if you want to copy this exact system here, I'll leave links in the description to this entire package. You could purchase it with 2 batteries, or you could purchase it with just one, depending on what your need is. There is a few different systems out here that I recommend. If I know it's a decent product and the price is one of the cheapest you can find, I'm there, and I'm definitely recommending it.